What's going on, everybody? I'm Jake, aka Bomber, and guess what? Opinion pieces are coming back to the YouTube channel starting right now. Anytime there's anything controversial or just maybe like a big moment, kind of like Edge winning the Rumble here, I want to hear from you guys. I want you guys to tell me what you think. I want to discuss back and forth here what is going on in the world of professional wrestling. So we're bringing it back right here with Edge winning the 2021 Men's Royal Rumble. I think the majority of people have been happy about Edge winning the Royal Rumble, but I'm seeing a lot, and I mean a lot of people not completely crapping on the idea, but are not happy that Edge won. A lot of people think that it should have been a lot of the younger guys. So that is kind of the stem of the whole situation that we're going to talk about today. A lot of people don't think Edge should have won simply because he's too old and he's a part-timer. A lot of those people think that it is a time to raise the younger talent. It should have been people like Cesaro. Well, Cesaro's, he's been around for a while, so I don't know if he really counts. But guys like Keith Lee was a big name that people were throwing out. Same with Big E. Big E's really not a younger name, but we'll just use Keith Lee for he's one of the big names that most people were saying should have won this Royal Rumble instead of guys like Edge. And a lot of people were saying instead of guys like Daniel Bryan. So here's my opinion. We're going to say it right here, right now. I think Edge winning was a fantastic choice. I think Edge winning was a great story-driven win for this Royal Rumble. I think Daniel Bryan would have been just as good, if not better. I think, knowing me, a lot of people may find this weird, but I think Daniel Bryan would have been a slightly better choice, but still both stories, very, very good, solid choices, and very similar too. About the veteran having one last shot. Both guys are going for that, and Daniel Bryan didn't quite get that one last shot. Maybe, who knows, maybe next year. But Edge, and I already hear people that are already arguing about the same point, like, no, we don't want the older guys to win. We want the younger guys to win. We want the guys like Keith Lee to win. Now, look, I love Keith Lee. I think he is going to be a fantastic main eventer. I'm hoping he's going to be a fantastic main eventer. I want to see him win multiple world titles. I can see all of that in his future. But this wasn't the time, man. This wasn't the time. Do you know why? Because story. That is my overall opinion on this topic, is the story wasn't there. The story was for Edge to win this year, or Daniel Bryan. The story, 11 years to the day he won his first Royal Rumble. That can't just be thrown out there. This show ended up on the same exact day 11 years ago. Edge won his first Royal Rumble. And yes, people could probably wait and say maybe next year it'll be on the same day, but it won't. This was perfect timing. This was the perfect storm for Edge to come in and tell the story of the guy who never lost his title, because that's the story that we're telling here. He never lost his title when he was forced to retire and leave the WWE. And guess what? He's coming back to main event WrestleMania and get that title back. Now, granted, yes, it was the World Heavyweight Championship, so it technically isn't even around anymore, but we get the idea. It's a world title in the WWE that he never lost. This story is so freaking good. It doesn't matter who he faces. It doesn't matter if he faces Drew McIntyre. I'm looking at the picture right here and I say the wrong guy. Drew McIntyre. Doesn't matter if he faces Roman Reigns. And guess what? He even showed up on NXT and is teasing facing Finn Balor or Pete Dunne, whoever wins the match, which will probably be Finn Balor. But anyway, he's even teasing that. And first of all, to counter everybody's argument about we need to put the other stars over, Edge is literally doing that. He did it this week on NXT by showing up and oh God, that's how fired up I am. I am fired up about this, guys. He is literally showing up on NXT and putting people over, which is what Charlotte was doing, kind of. And I know that's a whole different topic, so we won't go there because that's a whole nother avenue that we could go down that it could probably not end well for this argument here as far as being on NXT. But Edge is literally doing that right here by what he did with Pete Dunne and Finn Balor. So that, to counter, he's not going to be putting people, or other people should be being put over. He's doing that. Edge is also a good wrestler, because I know a lot of people are also down on the older guys. This is the overall, gist of the way wrestling fans are, it seems like online nowadays, is if a guy is a veteran, if he's older, he shouldn't be getting pushed. He shouldn't be showing up and getting world title matches, or shouldn't be showing up winning the Royal Rumble because he's old and he's a part-timer. How is that an overall blanket statement? How is that true? Because if the story presents itself, which I think it did at the Royal Rumble and which is continuously doing, that goes out the window. Not even the fact that Edge can put on good matches, great matches, in fact. Edge put on the greatest match in the world, by the way, but, you know, we'll talk about that later on, I guess. But no, Edge can actually perform as opposed to just being an old guy, but we still have people that are not happy that Edge won. And I'm not the biggest Edge fan in the world. I think the thing that's really got me aggravated and agitated is this overall hate for the older veteran wrestlers that people have, just because the simple fact that they are old. If the story's good, guys, it's good. People have been asking for good stories in the WWE for years now. People always complain about, oh my God, the WWE is doing crappy stories, nothing's good, blah, blah, blah. We have a good story. This is a fantastic story that is going to present itself. And yes, he is coming back. He came back last year from a miraculous injury. We never thought we would see Edge in the ring again. Well, guess what? He came back and took another injury and came back again and won the Royal Rumble 11 years to the day. I know I'm repeating some stuff, but it all is important. And now he's going to go on to main event WrestleMania and challenge for a title that he never lost. Guys, that is a great story. And yet you still have people, well, he's old. Should have been younger guys. We got to put the younger guys over. There are other ways. There are infinite amount of ways to put younger talent over. This story is perfect for the Rumble, for the 11 years, for everything I just mentioned. This is the perfect story. Daniel Bryan's, I guess, maybe this is better than Daniel Bryan's. I thought Daniel Bryan's was a little bit better, but this may be even more perfect than the Daniel Bryan story. So maybe I am more happy Edge won over Daniel Bryan. But anyway, the fact is we finally have the story. Please, for the love of God, people out there, embrace it. Now, I don't think a lot of this is pure like AEW and WWE hate. I don't think it's that. I think this is genuinely people just don't like seeing veterans out there anymore. And if the story's good, yes, I think it's 100% worth it. It's WrestleMania on top of everything. WrestleMania is not, it has never been about the best match in the world. It's not like that. WrestleMania is the showcase of the immortals. I don't even know if they use that phrase anymore. I don't think they do, but it is the brightest stars and the biggest names come to WrestleMania. People want to see WrestleMania. For example, Goldberg. People at my work have no idea what's going on in WWE. When they saw Goldberg show up, they were like, "Oh my God, what's going on? What's Goldberg doing?" And I didn't even know they knew anybody's name in WWE besides like Hulk Hogan in wrestling, period. Besides Hulk Hogan, but they knew Goldberg. But this isn't about Goldberg. It is kind of about the overall branching of, the older wrestlers performing and coming back for part-time gigs and stuff. And again, this Edge thing, he's shown up in NXT. I don't think this is really going to be a part-time run. This is going to be a solid from Royal Rumble all the way to WrestleMania. This is going to be a big run for Edge here. And if he wins the title, hopefully he does, because that would make the story even better. Hopefully we get even longer run out of Edge where he goes on to be the champion for a long time, where he finally does lose. And guess what? He's going to lose to a younger guy and he's going to put somebody over. That's how the business works. See, people cannot just appreciate what they have. The story is there. The story is Edge, the redemption. That is what's happening right here. And people aren't happy because he's old. Well, guess what? Several years ago, WWE did the same exact thing that people are crying about wanting right now when they put Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble, because WWE knew he was the future star. They knew he was going to be that big guy, so they shoehorned him in, they forced it in, and people hated it. When they could have went with somebody who was a better story, guess what? They didn't. They went with that young guy that they knew was going to be a big name, that didn't have a whole lot of story behind it, which is what people are literally arguing against right now. And I guarantee you it's the same people that are mad Roman Reigns won, that are mad that Edge won. And that is stupid. That is stupid. In my opinion, that's what this is about. It's about opinions now. You don't have to agree with mine, and I definitely don't have to agree with yours. That's what this is about. WWE did that same exact thing with Roman Reigns, so what they could have done with any number of guys this year, and guess what? They didn't do it. They went with the story, and I think that is a much better idea. Edge is a superstar that we just don't even have right now in our current WWE. We don't have the guy that can go out there and put on the great matches. We don't have the guy that can go out there and put on 5-star promos. Bring that emotion into the story. There are a lot of guys that are pretty good. But when Edge came back, you could see and you could feel like, oh my God, this is good. This is what WWE has been missing over the years. Somebody that can actually pull that emotion in. And I'm not even a big Edge fan. I'm just a realist, and I can see what's happening in front of me. And to see people complain about so many things in the WWE when we finally get something good, still not happy. Guys, look, that's my opinion. I'm going to wrap this video up because I'm probably going to start repeating myself more than I already am. Guys, I think Edge was a great choice to win the 2021 Men's Royal Rumble. I want to hear what you have to say. Do you think that WWE should have went with other guys like Keith Lee, like we've been talking about? Do you think they should have done that? Or do you think that this is a better option? Because I think this is a much, much better option than shoehorning, oh my God, I can't even say it. They're whoring them out. They're whoring them out there. Shoehorning in a person and forcing them down our throat, which is what they did to Roman Reigns. And guess what? He was on a horrible recovery run ever since. And now he's up there where we can appreciate Roman Reigns now. Thank God it took us this long. But yes, we can appreciate Roman Reigns. Now, who knows? That could have happened to anybody else that we wanted to have win this thing. So that is it. I am going to wrap this up. Please, please, please let me know down below. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Do you think I'm full of hot air? Do you think I'm crazy? And like I said, at the end of the day, you don't have to agree with my opinion, and I definitely don't have to agree with yours. That's the beauty of having an opinion. But the important thing is that we all do have opinions, and I want to hear yours. For real, let me know down below. And guys, if you're new to the channel, if you're seeing this for the first time somehow, please, and if you made it all the way through the video, good stuff. Good on you. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like if you can. I know there's going to be a couple of people out there that hit dislike, and that's what these opinion pieces are about. People will disagree no matter what, and that's fine. That's okay. But that's it. I'm signing off. Let's get it. Let's get it ended. Edge, what a fantastic moment. What a fantastic emotional win. And I can't wait for WrestleMania. I cannot wait for WrestleMania this year to see if Edge can actually go back and win the title that he never lost.